Once upon a time, in a cozy little town, there was a boy named Hank. Hank loved to draw more than anything in the world. He drew pictures of everything he saw: big mountains, small bugs, and even his dreams. One sunny day, while walking through the park, Hank stumbled upon a shiny old pencil lying next to a bench. It was unlike any pencil he had ever seen. It had sparkles and seemed to glow a little. Hank picked it up, thinking it was just perfect for his drawings. That evening, Hank decided to draw a dog, his favorite animal. He drew a big, fluffy dog with a wagging tail and floppy ears. But something magical happened. As soon as he finished drawing, the dog jumped off the page. It was alive and barking happily. Hank couldn't believe his eyes. He had found a magical pencil. The dog wagged its tail and licked Hank's face, making him laugh. Hank named his new doggy friend Buddy. He was so excited about the magic pencil, he couldn't wait to draw more friends for Buddy. Hank knew this was the beginning of something amazing. He went to bed that night with a big smile, dreaming of all the adventures he and Buddy could have. Little did Hank know, this was just the start of his magical adventures with the pencil. The next morning, Hank woke up early, excited to use his magical pencil again. After breakfast, he grabbed his pencil and drawing pad, and Buddy, the dog from his drawing, followed him closely, wagging his tail. This time, Hank decided to draw a beautiful bird with colorful feathers. With a swish of his magical pencil, the bird came to life, flapping its wings and singing sweet songs. Hank was amazed and named the bird Sky. Sky flew around Hank's room, chirping happily. Hank, Buddy, and Sky played together all morning. Hank felt like the luckiest boy in the world with his magical friends. But then Hank got an idea. He thought, if I can bring animals to life, maybe I can draw other things too. So Hank started drawing a big slice of cake because he wanted a snack. Just like Buddy and Sky, the cake became real. Hank was delighted. After enjoying some cake, Hank spent the rest of the day drawing all sorts of things that came to life. He made toys, flowers, and even a cloud that rained glitter. Hank's room was filled with magic. As the day ended, Hank looked around his room at all the magical things he had created. He was so happy, but he also realized his room was getting very crowded. Maybe I need to be careful with what I draw, Hank thought as he climbed into bed. His magical adventures were just beginning, and he had a lot to learn about his magical pencil. The following day, Hank decided to share his magical pencil's secret with his best friend Lily. He invited her over and showed her how he could draw things that came to life. Lily was amazed when she saw Sky the bird and Buddy the dog. She couldn't believe her eyes. Then, Hank drew a pretty butterfly and it gently fluttered off the page, making Lily giggle with delight. They spent the whole afternoon drawing wonderful things. However, they got so excited that they started drawing more and more, not thinking about where all these creations would go. Soon, Hank's backyard was filled with animals, toys, and even a small chocolate fountain they thought would be fun. It was a fantastic scene, but it started to cause problems. The animals made a lot of noise, and the chocolate fountain got sticky chocolate everywhere. Hank's neighbors started to notice, and they weren't happy about the mess or the noise. Hank's parents were very surprised too. They asked Hank where all these things came from. Hank knew he had to be honest, so he told them about the magical pencil. His parents were shocked, but worried about the trouble it was causing. Hank realized that even if the pencil was magic, it could not fix the problems it made. He had to think of a way to solve this big, magical mess. Hank felt sad and worried. He didn't mean to cause any trouble. He just wanted to have fun with his magical pencil. So he sat down with his parents and Lily to think of a solution. They all agreed that Hank had to stop drawing things that come to life, at least for now. But they still needed to fix the mess in the backyard. Hank had an idea. What if I draw something that can help clean up and make the animals happy somewhere else, he thought. With his magical pencil, Hank decided to draw a big, friendly giant who loved to clean and take care of animals. When the giant came to life, Hank explained the situation. The gentle giant smiled and nodded, ready to help. The giant started by gently picking up the animals and moving them to a beautiful field far away where they could live happily. Then he cleaned up the chocolate fountain mess and helped fix anything else that was out of place. Hank, Lily, and Hank's parents all helped too. By the end of the day, their backyard was back to normal and Hank had learned a valuable lesson. He realized that with great power comes great responsibility. Hank promised to be more careful with his magical pencil from now on, and he thanked the giant who decided to stay in the field to take care of the animals. Hank felt relieved and grateful. He went to bed that night knowing he had made things right. After the big cleanup, Hank's life changed a little. He still used his magical pencil, but he thought very carefully before drawing. He made sure that what he created could be a part of his world without causing any problems. One day, Hank decided to draw something special. He made a beautiful garden in his drawing pad for Sky the bird and any future animal friends. This garden didn't come to life in the same way the others did, but it was a promise that Hank would only create things that made the world a better place. Hank also shared his adventures with other kids by drawing stories, teaching them about imagination and responsibility. His parents were proud of him, and Lily was his best helper, always reminding him to think before drawing. One night, Hank looked up at the stars and realized he had learned something very important. The best magic is the kind you share, not just the kind that makes things come to life. From that day on, Hank used his magical pencil to spread joy, share stories, and help others. He knew that the true magic wasn't just in the pencil, it was in his heart and the choices he made. Hank and his magical pencil had many more adventures, but he always remembered the lessons he learned from that very magical, very messy week. We hope you enjoyed this story. If you liked this video, please go ahead and push the like button. If you like the content and want to see more, please subscribe to our channel. Goodbye.